Yeah, it was.
Oh
Yeah, man,
man,
it had us going.
it had us
It was good
going.
for a little bit.
They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie.
It dropped the ball.
Oh boy, yeah. Let's talk about scat. I'll let you go first while I change the stream title real quick.
Yeah. At first, I was actually like pretty impressed with that play mechanic. I don't think I've ever seen a game do that before. Like basically turn like a vertical shooter, like you were saying, like
Mm-hmm.
uh, this got Galaga or something, and mixing it with like Contra or like Mega Man, like these type of games, side scrolling games.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
that's pretty cool. It was fun. Like I like the power ups. But man, that level we just played was not fun. It
No,
was
and that's what
took me
exactly
for the
what,
eyes.
and that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like on mine. So okay, hold on. Before I go on, can we talk about how in the box art? I'm gonna just like put the full screen for a second. Can we talk about how the characters in the game don't look anything like their box art counterparts? Like Arnold did not. The Arnold that we saw in the game does not look like this guy in the front. That's like Little Richard looking face as opposed to Arnold face. And then the woman in the background has like long flowing locks, like a Xena like, as opposed to the Sigourney that they were going from the. Like it's way different.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
notice that.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so
The main
different.
characters. Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they changed something last minute.
It's a common thing I see actually see in a few NES games, especially ones that are like third party. When they had to do like the marketing, especially for the North American art box arts, where like they would have to have the they wanted to make it look cool because at the time, gaming was very much a kids thing. Like you had to make it look edgy so that the young kids or the 13-year-olds would look at that cover and be like, "I want that." And another reason why the
Yeah.
characters themselves
Yeah, they
probably
have
looked. And yeah, other thing was this is a game by Natsume, and which is a Japanese studio, and they straight up made Arnold and Sigourney. So if they just straight up put that on the box art, I know FBI, where are you? Something like. So that could be another reason why the character just looks like so different, just like generic action star as opposed to hyper specific generic action star. But anyway, I digress. Box art aside, that aside. Um, Talking about the game itself, yeah, I was very impressed with like most of it because it's Contra like in the fact that both players are on screen and they're shooting, but you're also like flying and shooting. Then you can get all these power ups, which I think is really neat. Actually, this is it's a very inspired game. Like I've been playing a lot of these old NES games, and I've seen like this game play style before, but in different games. This is like the first time I've seen like so many different ideas that made other games like really popular. It's kind of melded into one. It has the co-op of Contra. That's what made that game popular. It has the different power-ups you can gain that made like several like arcade shooters popular, like Gradius. But you can also switch them as you find the power-ups there. And then yeah, the fact that you're just like going through the air and there's like you can shoot all around you and not just in one direction. Yeah, it takes a lot of ideas from other games of this era and just kind of makes its own, which is really cool. It's very arcadey, as we both pointed out. Like it's if you die on the level, you have to start it over. But thank goodness that you at least go back. If you make it at least to a level that you start from the beginning, I would have dismissed this game as like being way too hard because like I finished level one, my health did not recover, and I was like, oh my god. So do you have to just like perfect run this game basically to just like pass it? Yeah, but the fact that you have to only start from the beginning level is a lot more fair. Definitely with that a lot more than the alternative for sure. But we gotta, it's an NES game, so we can be a little forgiving, but we still have to talk about how that nauseating that third level was. That's not okay. That's really not okay.
Yeah.
Like
Like
I
I don't have epilepsy or anything, but like that,
yeah,
I could feel myself getting like a headache just from looking at that.
yeah, like that level.
So long.
Regardless of what we end up saying about this game in a minute or two, that level definitely doesn't hold up to today's standards. And if you are epileptic or gets motion sickness, I definitely can't recommend this game because of just that level. We probably would have played this just a smidge longer, made a few more attempts, because we were starting to get into the rhythm. You know, it started off pretty hard, but we were starting to get the game. We were starting to like, you know, figure out the enemy patterns and like figure it out. I would dare say that this is a game that, you know, if it wasn't for that level, a lot of people, you know, if they were patient enough, could get a buddy of theirs and just like go just run it through. And then when you have to take a break, put your suspend point and go back and start the level you got. It's like with enough patience, you would have done it. But damn, that level though, like I can't.
Yeah, that was not.
If it was like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because I was having a good time with that game, but like I had a similar problem when I was playing my playthrough of Super Mario Brothers 2, where if you get to like a certain level, Super Mario Brothers 2, there's like these really bad looking waterfalls that like made me sick, like in like certain levels of Super Mario Brothers 2. But this is way worse, and what makes it way worse is like if that segment was like a minute, then it'd be like, okay, just, you know, just focus on like I was saying during when we were playing, just focus on your character, focus on your enemies, you'll make it. But that went way too long, and then when you made it to the top, there was still a whole space level to do. So it's like that level is just like far too long. It's like not even a difficulty thing. It's just like it's nauseating.
Yeah.
So this is a very tough game to grade, honestly, just because of that. Because like I don't know, it's a really fun game. There's a lot of cool design ideas here, but this is like what you're saying before, Grayson. If this was a game made now, I'm sure that wouldn't happen. Nothing like that would fly in modern thing because they take care. They take consideration of things like that. But you know, this game came out in 91. This game is older than me by 1 year. So they just weren't thinking about things like that. So you know, it's a shame, but if you're really good at these kind of games and have an iron stomach that's just not affected by anything, and you can then give this game a shot. And if you have another friend that also has that same iron stomach and is good, go play this game. It's honestly a lot of fun. But if you're not, like you get motion sickness of any kind, I can't recommend this, unfortunately. Like I can't. Like you'll get to level 3 and then you'll be like, and then you won't be able to finish. It's really painful. I have to say that, but that's yeah.
Maybe it's if the other levels were not like that, or or if level 3 wasn't like that. Maybe the rest of the game is what was I saying? Basically, if the rest of the levels after level 3 are good, who knows? Maybe someone can get past it and it actually continues to be really good, like the first 2 levels. So I don't know, but yeah, that level's not great, and that kind of like made me turned off a little bit. Like, okay, this is way too long. It wasn't even getting progressively more difficult during that section either. It was just like the same enemies over and over again.
Yes.
So we're like, hey, I feel like we're missing something here. But like the game's not progressing like it should or something.
Yeah, it just got repetitive too. That's another knock against that level. Like never mind the motion sickness. It's just a very repetitive level. What a shame. But yeah, I guess that's our thoughts on S.C.A.T. This is a shame. Would have really loved to endorse this game. But
yeah, it's better than what I thought it was
certainly,
honestly.
certainly.
I've never heard of. I thought it was going to be some like crap shovelware game or something.
Yeah, you know, so a lot of these NES games that they've been throwing onto the, even though we haven't heard of them, I get a lot of them do have like that quality to them. I guess I'm glad that for the most part, just straight up garbage is not being thrown onto the Switch. That they're actually giving us games that have quality to them. You know, because there's a lot of shovelware out on the NES that you know, fortunately is not here, so that's good. Yeah.